I think what we're looking at now is anatomy of spin control before, during, and after the debate. Everywhere I go, I run into another Clinton, Perot, or Bush person who's letting me know where they're going to be after the debate. We all have this literature. There's something called Spin Alley here. I don't know where it is. I must have been spun away from it. But after this debate, they're going to be all over us like flies trying to put the right spin on this thing. They are already.
Is this more than just the first debate to you?
Oh yeah, it's beginning of the mandate for a change in America, a new administration.
I think the president's very ready to go. He's been through these before, and of course he's had a lot of preparation, and so he's confident and ready.
Mickey Cantor said this is the beginning of the Clinton administration. What do you think of that?
Well, I think that's pretty smug for him to be talking that way, and I'm frankly very surprised that he would say something like that.
It's not overconfident. It's a reality. The fact is that's what Americans are saying. They're tired of what's happened in the last 4 years.
Make a press room and they will come. I have been spun myself face to face by Henry Kissinger. Ted Kennedy has attempted to convince me that Mike Dukakis won a debate. It's very interesting. It's a time for the high and the mighty to come up to the ink-stained wretches one by one and plead their case and plead their cause. One good way to throw them off is, no matter what happened, is to ask the spinner, what happened to your guy? How come he went wrong? And then watch the reaction.
All the big people who won't return your phone calls for maybe a week, if at all, are now going individually to reporters, shaking their hands and saying what nice people we are. Orson Swindle, try to get head of the Perot campaign, try to get Orson Swindle to return your call. He's right over there. He'll talk to you all night long. Fred Malek, campaign manager of the Bush campaign, going from person to person. Hi, my name's Fred Malek. Would you like to talk to me? All of a sudden, they love us again.
It's a 20-minute opportunity.
Sure. Tomorrow, when they read what we write, they won't return our phone calls again. But for this little window of opportunity, we are it.
Can we expect any surprises from him? Is there any master plan, strategy?
Only if you would be surprised at him giving a stellar performance. He will give a stellar performance.
Good evening and welcome to the first of 3 debates among the major candidates for President of the United States, sponsored by the Commission on Presidential Debates. The first topic tonight is what separates each of you from the other.
I think the principal issue that separates me is that 5.5 million people came together on their own and put me on the ballot.
The most important distinction in this campaign is that I represent real hope for change, a departure from trickle-down economics.
But this country's not coming apart at the seams, for heaven's sakes. We're the United States of America. In spite of the economic problems, we're the most respected economy around the world.
We've got to clean this mess up, leave this country in good shape, and pass on the American dream to them. We've got to collect the taxes to do it. If there's a fairer way, I'm all ears.
And I'm sorry, but demonstrating, it's not a question of patriotism, it's a question of character and judgment.
Your father was right to stand up to Joe McCarthy. You were wrong to attack my patriotism. I was opposed to the war, but I love my country.
The people in Washington are good people. We just have a bad system. We've got to change the system. It's time to do it.
This debate tonight has made crystal clear a challenge that is as old as America. The choice between hope and fear, change or more of the same.
Let me tell you a little what it's like to be president. In the Oval Office, you can't predict what kind of crisis is going to come up. I hope I've earned your trust, because a lot of being president is about trust and character. And I ask for your support for 4 more years to finish this job. Thank you very, very much.
I
think Perot probably in the end, again, helps Bill Clinton because he was one more voice on the stage reinforcing the need for economic change.
I said that Perot did well, but his votes are going to come out of the Clinton camp, not out of President Bush's camp.
When the Democrats don't want to answer something, they start yelling McCarthyism. You cannot go into a presidential campaign and say, I'm not going to answer questions about what could be an unusual time in one's life.
And it's George Bush, unfortunately, who decided to bring up this old scare tactic to try to win an election. It's really beneath the office of the presidency and shouldn't have any place in American politics.
Bill Clinton had an opportunity tonight to clear up some of these questions about his truthfulness, the questions of trust that are haunting him, and he didn't clear up a single one. They're still out there as much as ever.
I mean, all we need in this room is Toto, and we'd be in Kansas and we'd go spinning away right out of the building.
Well, he was weak in several areas. The first one was in case of drug legalization. For example, in Rolling Stone just a few weeks ago, he said he thought it would be a close call whether it ought to be legalized or not. Now tonight he was against it. Well, which is it? He's always trying to be on both sides of the issue.
Is that the Rolling Stone quote? No. The war on drugs is enormous cost, but legalizing drugs would have enormous cost too, particularly if you legalize drugs that carry a high probability of death or generational addiction. It's a very tough call. My own view is that you should not legalize them.
So now they're saying that was something different from what he said tonight?
Right. They're saying that it's a very tough call, that he was hedging before and now he's
Here's the rapid response team in action.
Here it is.
So I can't, they're working it around while it was pumping it big time.
I like this.
Who won?
Perot won, absolutely.
How come?
No doubt about it.
And who are you?
Because he's my dad. So I thought he did a great job.
Way to go, Ron. He was excellent, wasn't he?
He was raising hell with him.
He was talking.
Stirring him up, talking plain. That's what we see every day.
How old are you?
33. 33.
33? You've seen it for 33 years?
Yeah.
Was this a good moment?
Oh yeah, but they'll get better. He's got better stuff than he pulled out tonight.
Well, let's say that he gets how much can he get? Can he win? He can't win.
As he said, it'd be a political miracle or whatever.
Historical miracle.
Historical miracle, yeah.